Agriculture in the Classroom seeks to improve student knowledge of agriculture by applying authentic, agricultural-based content as the context to teach core curriculum concepts in science, social studies, language arts, and nutrition. In an effort to further deepen the partnership from the grassroots Cabinet Office directed. Executive Office of the President on Tuesday the 17th of September, 2024 that the Ministry of Environment, Climate Change, and Forestry to establish a more robust framework for community-based forest associations to further empower local communities in forest conservation efforts. National Landscape and Ecosystem Restoration Strategy 2023 to 2032, which aims to plant 15 billion trees. Cabinet acknowledged with appreciation the growing partnership between the public and private sectors in advancing the tree planting campaign. Welcome to SUYA e-learning for food security, climate change, school feeding program, nutrition education for all. When you have bad governance and poor accountability from your local government leaders, then you are doomed to live under control of cartels and fools. We hope you subscribe to our channel YouTube at SUYA Mombasa and share this links with your friends or family. Understanding times and seasons in a spiritual context means recognizing that life, normally assist in the decay process decrease have become dormant. Studies have shown that diets rich in calcium and phosphorus reduce the number of pathogens and increase the number of lactobacilli in the gut. 8-9. Gut microbes play a key role in animal health, including digesting food, metabolism, regulating immunity, and defending against invading pathogens. In the Vedic text it is mentioned that as long as cows' feeding and welfare care are not right, farmers of the nation will never prosper, the whole country will suffer. In Hindu tradition, Krishna is often depicted as a divine cowherd, known as Gopal or Krishna, emphasizing his youthful, playful, and pastoral nature, and his connection to nature and the simple life. Here's a more detailed look at the relationship between the Maasai and their cattle. Nomadic lifestyle. The Maasai's nomadic lifestyle needs of their cattle as they move with the herds to find suitable grazing grounds. Cattle as a foundation of Maasai life, food source. The Maasai rely heavily on their cattle for sustenance, consuming milk, dairy products, meat, and even blood. Economic basis. Cattle are a primary form of wealth and are used in form of currency. Social status. The size of a Maasai's herd reflects their social standing and influence within the community. Marriage and dowry. Cattle are a crucial part of the marriage process, with the groom's family providing cattle as part of the dowry to the bride's family. These bacteria, primarily from the Lactobacillus family, are known for their ability to ferment and break down organic matter. What is the role of lactic acid bacteria in silage? The process in a range of factors, including plant cultivation, harvesting and storage practices. 5-6. Lactobacilli play a critical role in preservation of silage nutrient quality through production of organic acids and inhibition of deleterious spoilage from the remaining microbial community. Use organic fertilizers, e.g. manures. Organic fertilizers provide microorganisms with a stable food source which then provides long-term slow-release nutrients to the plants. Organic fertilizers have less adverse impact on soil populations, but they should not be considered a substitute for mulching or ground cover. In this age of risk mitigation and cost minimization, we're entering a new era of rehabilitation and revegetation involving regenerative and biological approaches. It's a time to think small and do big things. Soil microbes can play critical roles in mediating plant productivity and increasing soil carbon. A teaspoon of healthy soil contains more soil microorganisms than there are people on the earth. Soil minerals, food for strong plants, animals and people. From Chapter 7 of Healthy Garden Healthy You by Milo Shammars. Minerals make up about 90% of garden soil. Unless we dig up an entire garden and import new soil, and we don't want to do that, mineral soil particles are important for holding onto many plant nutrients. Creating a desirable soil structure enables plant roots to absorb nutrients. With proper attention to the soil, you can build a viable, nutrient-rich environment for growth. deficiency can cause you to have unusual cravings for non-food items such as ice, dirt, or paper. Lack of calcium in the body. A long-term calcium deficiency can lead to dental changes, cataracts, alterations in the brain, and osteoporosis, which causes the bones to become brittle. However, calcium deficiency may cause no early symptoms. It is usually mild, but without treatment, it can become life-threatening. Adaptive grazing, which mimics the natural grazing patterns of wild herds, offers numerous benefits, including enhanced soil health, increased pasture productivity, improved animal welfare, and potentially greater economic returns for farmers. The research produced clear data showing that AMP grazing increases carbon sequestration and soil oxygen stocks and improves soil microbial and fungal life. It also appears to be a viable mitigation of water shortages and can contribute to reducing the magnitude of Increase mineral uptake and balance with silicic acid. Raise the internal pH of the plant by providing more bioavailable forms of calcium and potassium. Increase the Brix level by providing absorbable L-amino acids and increasing mineralization within plant. Protect, restore, and promote sustainable use of terrestrial ecosystems, sustainably manage forests, combat desertification, and halt and reverse land degradation and halt biodiversity loss. Protect, restore, and promote sustainable use of terrestrial ecosystems, sustainably manage forests, combat desertification, and halt and reverse land degradation and halt biodiversity loss. A flourishing life on land is the foundation for our life on this planet. We are all part of the planet's ecosystem, and we have caused severe damage to it through deforestation, loss of natural habitats, and land degradation. Promoting a sustainable use of our ecosystems and preserving biodiversity is not a cause. It is the key to our own survival.
Welcome to our lesson on soil conservation. We are going to start by defining the term soil conservation. Soil conservation can be defined as a combination of practices used to protect the soil from degradation. Methods of soil conservation in the agricultural environment include 1. Stirp cropping. 2. Grassed waterways. 3. Stone lines. 4. Trash lines. 5. Soil bunds. We are now going to discuss each method for better understanding. Stirp cropping. This is the growing of crops in a way that crops have little soil cover, like maize, are grown in alternating strips with those that have good ground cover, such as sweet potatoes. This prevents soil erosion through surface runoff. Grassed waterways. Grassed waterways are natural or man-made shallow channels in which excess rainwater flows. The vegetation traps eroded soil. Stone lines. These are stones, of different sizes, heaped in a line along the contour to prevent loss of soil down the slope through runoff. Stone lines reduce speed of runoff, increasing water infiltration, especially in semi-arid areas. Trash lines. Trash lines are plant materials or crop residues, remains, arranged along the contour in a cultivated field. Trash lines help to reduce runoff, hence preventing loss of soil from land. They also increase water infiltration into the soil. Soil bunds. A bund refers to a heap of compacted soil made along the contours. Grasses can be grown on top of the bunds to hold soil together firmly. Bunds help to reduce the volume of water flowing downwards in a cultivated field after rainfall.
There will come a time when only those that know how to plant will be eating. Chief Oran Lions. If you like African food systems content, please subscribe and share our channel with your friends and family. Or if you're new here, hit the subscribe button so you make sure to never miss our weekly presentation podcast. Agriculture is tool to create health, wealth, shelter, protect environment. food, nutrition and basic skills development for our local communities. The most active part of a soil particle is its surface area. A particle's surface is where nutrient exchange takes place. Sand particles have a small surface area relative to their mass, meaning they do not hold onto nutrients well. Clay particles have a large surface area relative to their mass, so a small amount of clay can add a significant amount of surface area to a soil, increasing the nutrient holding capacity. The amount of organic matter in the soil depends primarily on rainfall, air temperature, the kinds of plants that have been growing in a soil, management practices, soil temperature, and drainage. Soils that are tilled frequently are usually low in organic matter because tilling decreases residue particle size and increases the amount of air in the soil, increasing the rate of organic matter decomposition. With the removal of barriers to agricultural development aided by new investments, it is estimated that Africa's agricultural output could increase from $280 billion per year to $1 trillion by 2030. We celebrate the increased investment and the renewed commitment of governments to allocate 10% of public expenditure to agriculture. We applaud the resolve to escape from the shame of dependency on food imports and handouts. An estimated more than $4 billion in soil nutrients is lost each year. However, many African farmers still do not have access to fertilizers or cannot afford the inputs required to bring life back into their soils and halt the downward spiral of environmental deterioration. Empty soils, empty stomachs, empty livelihoods. A new report has revealed that only 20% of Kenya's soil is suitable for food production, indicating worrying times ahead for Kenya's food basket. According to the Soil Atlas Health Report 2025, Kenya's soil has undergone massive degradation, with the country losing 26 tons of soil per hectare annually through water-induced erosion, with some areas exceeding 90 tons. Soil is a vital resource that impacts food and nutritional security. Research shows that soils are also indispensable in the fight against climate change because they store more carbon than vegetation and the atmosphere combined. Carbon is absorbed from the atmosphere by plants and then stored in soils through the plant's roots. As per the report, this is in East Africa, where over 40% of soils are degraded, threatening the region's agricultural foundation and resilience. According to data from the Kenyan National Bureau of Statistics, the overall price index of farm inputs has increased from 98.6 points in 2019 to 167.3 points in 2022, reflecting higher prices of inputs such as fuel, fertilizer, seeds, and manufactured feeds. Risk of additional food shortages. Second, rising input prices raise the risk of further food shortages. As input prices rise, some, particularly poorer, farmers will be unable to buy them and will choose to do without or with less. In the absence of other changes to farming practices, this lowers yields. This, in turn, reduces food availability, putting further upward pressure on prices, and farmer incomes, and the effect will again likely be largest for lower-income farmers, particularly in Africa.
To care for the soil, we must understand that it is made of both living and non-living parts. The non-living parts of the soil are formed from broken down rock and decaying plant and animal material, such as leaves that have fallen on the soil.
Potassium silicate offers growers these performance benefits. Provides resistance to mineral stress. Decreases climate stress. Prevents insect damage from sucking insects. Reduces fungus damage by preventing fungus from penetrating leaf surface. Improves strength. Increases growth and yield. Reduces stress from heavy metal toxicity in soils. Control root knot and sting nematodes. Improves leaf erectness, reduces susceptibility to leaf lodging in grasses family. Improves photosynthesis efficiency.
Procedure for mass multiplication of waste decomposer. The waste decomposer could be mass multiplied by a simple technique that is practically applicable to the farmers. This protocol is standardized by Krishan Chandra in 2015. Take 2 kilograms jaggery and mix it in a plastic drum containing 200 liters of water. Then take 1 bottle of decomposer, 30 grams, and pour all its contents in a plastic drum of 200 liters containing jaggery solution. Avoid direct contact of contents with hands. Mix it properly with a wooden stick for uniform distribution of waste decomposer in the drum. Cover the drum with a paper or cardboard and stir it every day once or twice. After 5 days, the solution of the drum turns creamy. The farmers could prepare the waste decomposer solution again and again from the mother culture solution by the addition of 20 liters of waste decomposer solution into a drum with 2 kilograms of jaggery and 200 liters of water. So, again it would be ready in 7 days.
lactic acid bacteria serum, labs, is a powerful, natural solution derived from beneficial bacteria. These bacteria, primarily from the Lactobacillus family, are known for their ability to ferment and break down organic matter. What is the role of lactic acid bacteria in silage? The process in a range of factors, including plant cultivation, harvesting and storage practices. 5-6. Lactobacilli play a critical role in preservation of silage nutrient quality through production of organic acids and inhibition of deleterious spoilage from the remaining microbial community. Copper is required for many enzymatic activities in plants and for chlorophyll and seed production. Deficiency of copper can lead to increased susceptibility to diseases like ergot, which can cause significant yield loss in small grains. What are the diseases caused by deficiency of copper in plants? The correct answer is exanthema. Exanthema disease is a deficiency symptom of copper in the plant, produced by soil factors and brought about by soil microorganisms, as they attack the roots and produce harmful substances. It causes the yield of gums on the bark and affects the fruit-bearing capacity of the tree. Copper intensifies the color and flavor of vegetables and enhances the color of flowers. Since copper is immobile, the symptoms of the deficiency appear in the new leaves. An excess of some of the other micronutrients is often indirectly responsible for a copper deficiency in plants. If the deficiency is left untreated, it can eventually result in the death of the plant.
To care for the soil, we must understand that it is made of both living and non-living parts. The non-living parts of the soil are formed from broken down rock and decaying plant and animal material, such as leaves that have fallen on the soil and began to rot. The living parts are the tiny creatures that live in the soil. Some of these, such as termites, worms and beetles, are large enough for us to see, but most are too small to see without a microscope. We call these microbes, and they include millions of tiny bacteria and fungi. Microbes and soil fertility. Microbes are very important for improving soil fertility. They take the non-living parts of the soil and convert them into nutrients that can be used by plants. Chemical fertilizers, apart from being expensive and hard to access, can kill microbes. This is one of the reasons that they reduce soil fertility in the long term.
What bacteria is in a cow's stomach? Rumen microbes There will come a time when only those that know how to plant will be eating. Chief Oran Lions. If you like African food systems content, please subscribe and share our channel with your friends and family. Or if you're new here, hit the subscribe button so you make sure to never miss our weekly presentation podcast. Agriculture is tool to create health, wealth, shelter, protect environment, food, nutrition and basic skills development for our local communities.